everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. At least we are like halfway through the week, so that's great. So for today's video, it's something that I actually have had on my list to do for quite some time, is to show you guys what is on my phone, like the apps that I use and, you know, the way I organize my apps and stuff like that. I've always found these videos quite interesting. I found myself watching those kind of YouTubes a lot, and I thought it was kind of cool to share. I think, like, you know, we don't get to see what's on people's phones ever really, because people are quite private, with good reason. But I thought that it would be quite cool to kind of show you what's on my phone. So firstly, I am using the iPhone 11 Pro Max in midnight green, I think. Yeah, I got this like 3 months ago, 2 to 3 months ago, and I am obsessed with it. Definitely best decision to have upgraded. My old iPhone wasn't anyway done, so yeah. So let's jump in. Okay, cool. So firstly, let's start with background. As you'll see, my background is just like a neutrally kind of like beige kind of color. It's a background that I got off Pinterest. I like to keep my backgrounds quite like clean and simple and not too cluttered. It kind of overwhelms me when there's too much going on between all my apps, all my notifications, and then also having a busy background. So Pinterest is just a great way of like finding so many different like cool backgrounds of different colors, and basically anything that you want you can find there. So yeah, next up you'll see just wanted to show you like the bottom of my screen, kind of the pin taskbar apps that I have there. Is obviously Google Chrome, because literally Google everything. Then my WhatsApp, my iMessage, and to make phone calls. Those are things that I use quite frequently, and I just felt it would be most comfortable sitting there. Okay, so to hop onto my folders, as you can see that I just kind of filed them according to what felt good, or appropriate. There's not really any kind of method to it. I just kind of grouped everything together as I feel it kind of like fits. So yeah, let's get into the first folder. So the first folder is the edit folder. So that's where I, like all my editing apps sit, editing my photos, editing my videos, that kind of situation. So in the edit app, you will see the Mojo app. The Mojo app is just an app with a lot of templates that you can use when you post on social media, just a more creative way. The second app is, you'll just see I have iMovie and Keynote, which I use if I edit videos on my phone. I'll use iMovie. It's just so easy. And then I use Keynote if I have to kind of like create certain, like wording or anything that I need to add into my iMovie, either as a cutaway or as a green screen or whatever the case may be. Then I'll use Keynote. Then you'll be able to see that I have Canva as well as PicMonkey that I'll use to kind of like do all my YouTube thumbnails with. They have like quite a lot of options as to what you can create. So those are two great like free apps. I do also edit my photos in Lightroom, and yeah, that's just like my favorite like photo editing app. And then also you'll just see that I have the DJI app that connects to my gimbal that I use for stabilization, and just when we kind of like do vlogs that we kind of walk and you just need that extra support. And then also just like the intro maker app to kind of show you how to do cool intros or outros for your YouTube videos. Cool, the next folder is just my praise and worship folder, which has my Bible app in it, as well as the church that I used to go to when I lived in the States. And they have an app where you can kind of log into their live streams, or you can catch up later on sermons, which I find really, really nice. And it kind of feels like you're still there, but you're not. So yeah. Next folder is my health folder, fitness, whatever you want to call it. I just have my Discovery app on there just to check my like rewards and everything. And then I have obviously my Apple Watch to track my activity, and then the Strava app when I go for my runs. Then we have a folder called Files. Yeah, as you can see, it's not like anything interesting. It's just my G Drive, and then just my notes, reminders, and files and contacts. Next up, we have the entertainment app. So here's anything from Netflix to DSTV Now. I have Spotify, my podcasts on here. Also have Apple TV and YouTube. Here you'll just be able to see some of my favorite podcasts that I've subscribed to. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with like listening to different podcasts, especially like motivational ones, or yeah, they just like really good for your soul. Next up, we have the shopping folder, which there's not a lot in here. I've like learned that the less shopping apps I have, the less I tend to buy online. So I have deleted a lot of them. So I used to have way too many, so I had to cut down on them. But yeah, you'll be able to see the Woolies app that I have. Take a lot. It's just really useful to work through their app rather than on their website. And also Uber Eats, because we get a lot of Uber Eats deliveries. It's just really convenient. Most of the things we order is close by, so it like takes like super quick to get here. So yeah, always have to have the Uber Eats app available. Okay, next up is my social folder. Yeah, you'll be able to see the LinkedIn, my Instagram, Facebook Messenger, my Twitter, the IGTV app, Zoom, FaceTime, and Pinterest. So definitely Pinterest is my favorite app out of all of these. I just feel like it's such a nice space to kind of be creative, just, you know, look at everything beautiful and without the kind of, I don't know, judgment from Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So yeah, definitely my favorite app, super underrated. I think there should be more credit given to Pinterest. But yeah, so those are just basic apps. I used to have the TikTok app on my phone before I upgraded to this phone, and yeah, I just didn't download it again when I got the new phone. Next up, you'll see I have a finance app in the left corner, which I'm not going to go into, but that's just all my banking apps and stuff that only I should know. Okay, cool. So next up is my traveling folder. Yeah, I don't have all the things that I used to have in here. I used to have the Airbnb app and just more traveling apps. But since I've upgraded and we've been in this lockdown, I haven't had the need to download all those apps just yet. But these apps that you can see here is kind of the ones we need to use for our upcoming trip that we'll have next year. Like our flights with Emirates. We have more flights with United Airlines. And our accommodation is booked through booking.com. Okay, next up is my emails folder. Here it's just my Gmail for my personal emails, Outlook for my work emails, my Authenticator app, as well as Google Calendar, which I use a lot for setting kind of reminders and due dates for certain tasks I have. Yeah, really, really love the Google Calendar app. And then lastly, I have my FYI app. These are just like need to know kind of apps. They don't really fall into a specific category. So the first one here obviously is the weather app. Who doesn't use the weather app? Technically should sit on my home screen, just because I use it so often. But yeah, check the weather multiple times a day. And hence why I also have the what to wear app. It's really cute. It's just an app that picks up your location and kind of tells you what to wear for the weather outside, which I think is really cute. And it's so nice to just every morning kind of look at it, and then it will update you on like what to wear. You know, it will tell you if you need to wear a jacket, how many layers of shirts, what kind of pants, and what kind of shoes you should wear for the day. So yeah, I just find it like a useful little app that I'm obsessed with. Next app is the Think Dirty app. I've seen so many people use this. I love it. So what the app really does is kind of like scans through millions and millions of like beauty and cleaning products, and then kind of tell you what the like status of how many toxins are in that specific product, and it kind of has like a rating. So obviously this is not a South African app, so it doesn't have everything on the list that we have here, but it does have like generic brands like Clinique or Pantene, those kind of brands. So it's quite nice to go to, I don't know, Discount, Clicks or whatever, and like pull up those products on the app, and it will kind of give you like a rating. And the rating will also be in red, orange, or green. And then it will tell you if it is dirty, half clean, or like a clean product. Obviously, the clean one would have like a very low, like toxic rating, and wouldn't contain majority of the bad ingredients that they kind of list as bad ingredients. So I really love this app just to be more conscious of like what you're using. So yeah, very insightful to pull this up when you are in the shops. Next up is just the Eskom app. Everyone most probably has this app. It's something that we wish we didn't have maybe, but that's just to check my load setting. Why can't I say that word ever? Load shedding schedule. Yeah, nothing more to it. It is what it is. And then lastly, it's just my Telkom app. That's just to check my phone bill, those kind of things. Just need to know where we're at. Yeah, so that's it for my phone. Like I said, nothing fancy. That's just the way I like to organize my stuff. I also, as you can see, have no notifications. I can't with like little red numbers sitting there on the apps. I just can't deal. So I make sure that I either don't receive notifications for certain apps. I just go into it and clear it. It looks untidy and I don't like it, and it feels like I'm not paying attention and I don't know what's happening in my life. So that is it. Just a little bit into what's on my phone. I hope you enjoyed this, and please comment below if you have any other cool apps that you frequently use and find very useful. I am always keen to try something new that would just make my life a little bit better. So yeah, just please let me know. Also, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and please click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Bye!